Hello, 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 and welcome to Figment Farm. I think it's just you here, Tab, so I'm not going to do a full spiel. I'm just going to get to it. But yeah, another bug and building stream. So it's about mid-evening. Oh, Paul, hello, you're here as well. I never trust, or I should say I should never trust OBS's viewer count. Because I'll get the stream summary at the end and it'll be like, your max viewer count was 12 people concurrently. And I'm like, I never saw more than 6 or whatever. And it shows me 1 viewer right now. But welcome in. Thanks for coming by. How's Baldur's Gate? You've been playing that for a little bit today, right? I can tell I was playing Hello Kitty on controller because I don't remember how anything works right now. Only for 10 minutes or so, restarting your honor mode run. You really are a glutton for punishment, aren't you? Oh, shit. Nighttime rainbow tip. No plushie, though. Let me flare this and call it out since it's the grove. Ugh, and I should hit it. Grove D8. Are you trying a different build for this run, Paul? Same build. How are you going to handle the spiders? So I'm looking for Bahari glow bugs. But because it's fairly late in this night cycle already, I'm not going to be like catching all the moths and stuff to try to refresh spawns. So if they spawn, great. If they don't, oh well. I don't know if I'll stick around to make the most out of this buzzy jar either, because I do want to get to building. I had figured out some stuff last week on stream and throughout the week to improve the like side coverage on the rooftop. So it looks a lot less janky. It doesn't involve nearly as much glitching. And it's a little smaller on item count as well, which is nice. So I might finish that up on the other side. And then I want to do like the rest of the courtyard build and some of the internal. Yes, okay, that's what we need. I think we need 2 more after that. Where are these? Oh, they're all up there. Okay. I'll get this one first. Nope, you can run away. I'll take them off, though. Jump up here and go up by the mine. And then I don't think I'll stream tomorrow for the Palia update, but I will probably have office hours, Paul. But I will be doing a double long stream on Wednesday. And for the... Oh, the dragonfly. Wow, I really can't see it today. There it is. Oh, it's gone. So for the first half of the stream, starting at about 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'll be playing Palia, playing the update. And then for the second half, which I'll try to switch over to at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard, I'll be switching to Hello Kitty Island Adventure, most likely, possibly instead Snacko, because I bought a bunch of games in the spring sale. And Snacko is one I had never heard of, but it's kind of a Stardew clone type of thing. And it's very silly and very cute so far. I only played the demo. So we'll be starting a new save and just having fun with that. Whatever we end up playing it. If we end up playing it. If we don't play it Wednesday, I might start it off stream, but either way. Let's see if I can get to this one before 3. Oh, it's just a hopper. We don't care. And there's the switch. So this one didn't disappear at 3. It's probably a hopper or a mantis. But I'll check it out. And if anything immediately pops up, I'll go look. Like that one that just did. But I'm not super invested. Cicada. Another one up here. I think I'll just see if I can get to the pulse water teleport. Without having anything pop up. And if I do, then I'll teleport home. If I don't, I'll check out each spawn as they arise. That's the one that I just scared. We can go get our grove. And then Wednesday we'll also be reading out to a friend of mine who just started streaming and I didn't even realize she had yet. Don't know what that was. But we'll be reading out to her. I think she's planning on playing League of Legends. So it'll be a bit of a vibe shift for sure. But it'll be her 3rd ever stream. So I want to make sure to support her. Alright, home we go. I just realized I updated my stream information but didn't pay any attention to the title. Okay. Most of the title was accurate. We just, already completed the dome. Okay, so we got one. I don't know why I was saving these. I'll save a couple of requests and stuff, but... Okay. So, you'll see some new structures here when I turn back around. This is set up so that the blue dome with the ancient glow bug on top is the right height to sit in the courtyard here. I'm probably going to get most of the courtyard set up in a way that I can remove it easily, so that I can put the glow bug structure here. But it's glitched up there. I'll build the last arch that you can see is missing there once we get 2 more glow bugs, and then that'll just live up top. Then the improvements I made on the roof itself of the main structure. So this is kind of what it looked like before, with the big boxes sticking out and including the support pillars. You can see this one's kind of janky and uneven because I had to glitch it together. Now, on the other side, it's a lot more even. Because I remembered last week that they fixed it so that some of the builder's blocks will actually snap to the bottom of something now. So these are just large crates underneath wood floors. And then I was trying to do something similar up here, but filling in this section at the time by using a large crate would stick through the ceiling. Hi, Rika. How are you? Welcome in. Let me give you a shout out. How are you doing? But yeah, so I just made it kind of like almost stadium seats type of thing. They're a little narrow down here, but I didn't want them to intersect. So I'll probably do something like that on the other side as well, and hopefully get this kind of structure to work. But I know the sticky outies from the attic come out really far on this side. So we'll see how that ends up looking. I'm doing well, thank you. Little low energy today, little low spoons, but can't complain too much. Are you playing anything right now, Rika? So yeah, let's start with that. I'll grab some builder's blocks. I'm curious to see, because they pitched in the very, very short 0.190 trailer that we were going to get new builders furniture. And the last like, not quite frame, but the last clip of the update video showed... Oh, let me also, before I forget, get some more rooms building. So I'm trying to build the wing structure here. And I want to make sure that I have those buildings so that if we get around to it, we can decorate them. I think mediums are appropriate here. So I actually don't need to build anymore. I am surprised that's letting me put that there. I'm not going to keep it there for now, but we have the medium built, we're good. What was I saying? Oh, the builder's furniture looks interesting, if that's what they were showing in the last clip. But it was a clip with such weird perspective and for such a short amount of time that I'm really not super confident that what we saw is actually going to be furniture we can build. But we'll see. Okay, so same thing we did last week with pulling out this section on the other side. I'm going to try to find where it originates because oh, well, it's not that. But I can use that spot to get up on top of it. Because then I can glitch it down to the floor and preserve it in case I don't like whatever I come up with. I guess I'll do it in 2 pieces. This is unfortunately going to be kind of crappy to try to watch, because I'm going to be clipping in and out of this. But I'll do my best to make it as non-nauseating as possible. Also, if you want to learn how to do the glitches that I'll be using today, check out Code Red Alert's videos on YouTube. His tutorials are basically everything that I've used to do this and that I'll be using today. I need to remember which of these things are actually part of the structure of the attic. But his tutorials are lovely and easy to follow, and he covers all of the basic glitches, like the one I'm using now, which is the cancellation glitch, as well as, okay, that's necessary, specific tutorials for how to add structures that aren't normally movable in certain ways and things like that, how to slice them apart and all of that. So definitely go check him out. Yeah. And I'll try to name the glitches that I'm using as I do them, just for simplicity's sake. When you're going to look up his stuff, he has a general tutorial guide called Advanced Decorating Tutorials, I believe. And he has clarifications in the comments of that for things that have changed with updates. And his most recent attic video, the 3rd edition, has some additional explanations as well. So, let's see. That's about level. So if I can get a floor to go in there, I can probably get it to line up pretty nicely with that. So to do the cancellation glitch, which is what I'm going to be needing first, you need an object that's successfully placed somewhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same object that you're going to be trying to cancel place somewhere else, but it helps if it's the same size and shape so that you know for a fact that it's going to be positioned correctly. And then remember which inventory slot the item you want to place is in. So for me, that's 2. And pick up your cancellation item. I want to try to get it level with the platform there instead of up a bit. So about there is where I want it. And then I'm going to left click and hit 2 almost simultaneously. So click 2. That was a little too slow, so it snapped it back. But it's not quite simultaneous, just almost. You also, if you care about like the pattern direction of the object you're placing, want to make sure you're facing the correct way for it. So for the raised edges to be horizontal for me, I need to be facing mostly towards the roof, which I am. And there we go. That time it worked. And that's about level, so I'm happy with that. And I'm going to keep doing that. An alternate glitch that you can use if you want something to go somewhere that normally it would be collision blocked with is to use the gourmet plate method. But because there isn't really anywhere for me to rest the plate in this situation, it's not the best choice. I'm trying to decide if I'm okay with that overlap there on the left side or if I want to try to place it a little further in. I think I'm going to take the overlap and possibly try to hide it. Because I don't think it'll interfere with the inside of the attic if I do. And then I won't have the weird overlap that I had on the previous version. So there's that. I'm going to... I might be able to just clean place. Or it's just not even going to want to snap. That's fine. They recently updated the snapping, which is part of why I can fix this up now. But it made it so much glitchier. And not in a, like, useful glitch way. Okay, so I don't like how that's set up with that gap in between. So I'm going to try a different placement real quick. That should... Let's see. Theoretically cover up these stuck out bits. And I might not have as much of an overlap on the side there. So instead of anchoring to that, I'm going to anchor to the platform. Oh, hey, Vince. How's it going? How was work? Thanks for coming in. Rika, you haven't really been playing much of anything? Gotcha. Unfortunately, because there are collision issues here, this doesn't want to snap appropriately. And with collision glitching, you can be in the way of it. The collision can be your player. You just want to make sure that you're not like, your collision object isn't directly in front of you when it's placed. So I wouldn't want to be standing right here and trying to collision glitch up here. It's not going to work. You're okay. Work was okay. Glad to hear it. I think I'm still... Okay. There's the collision I want. And I was facing forward enough. Perfect. So it still gets into the roof, so there's not a gap there. And I'm hoping now... Let me... Yeah. That's maybe a little excessive. It doesn't look like I'm quite at the halfway point of that. So if I can get it tucked in a little further, I want to. But that's the idea I'm going for. Been busy being gay, to be honest. Rika, it might be different flavors of gay, but you should probably talk to Paul to at least get some new friends made. Because he tends to be pretty busy being gay, too. But otherwise, this game you remember checking out, and it was interesting. Yeah, it's. I kind of hate that I can't quit it. um, it's a really solid game. I'd never conceived of a cozy MMO before, although most people consider this a mini multiplayer online, not a massively. Um, and Society as Singularity Six's management of the game is interesting, but I especially with the glitch building and the hoarding that I've been doing of bugs and everything else. And like the multiplayer play when it's not glitched to hell and back is really nice. So I can't help but love it. You're busy being gay right now. Usually you're busy being asleep, Paul. Yeah, yeah, accurate. But yeah, and both of you were on Blue Sky. So if you want to post your links, by all means, go ahead. So that any viewers who are in here can go follow you because you're both also streamers. Um, are you are still actively streaming, right, Rika? I followed you back, but I didn't actually look at when your last stream was. Yeah, you are on here. Also, yeah, still streaming. Cool. But yeah, go drop them follows. Been a while, but you plan to. I get that for sure. I keep having to cancel like one day a week. And I almost ended up taking a little hiatus for a bit, but I enjoy it too much and feel too guilty when I cancel. Also, thanks to Rika following me earlier, we're one follow away from me releasing another emote on Blue Sky as we work towards getting the affiliate. So if you're here and you're not a follower already, consider doing so. It's free and it's the best way right now to support me, and I'd appreciate it. Paul, you had to cancel today at the last minute. Yeah, I hope everything's okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was Wednesday. My instant reaction was, wait, you don't stream on Wednesdays. Come on. Was that half? That looks like half. I think that's the same spot we were in before. It's closer to half. Now it's the same exact spot. Yep. I might have to see about removing that for now. Hopefully that didn't fuck anything up. Sometimes it gets a little weird if you, like, cancel the thing that a canceled thing is attached to. So hopefully I didn't just break that, but that's part of what we're going to be redoing anyways. So if I did, oh well. I'm also about to cancel these stairs out of the fucking way. Let's see if that's... I think that's the same spot. Oh, that's a little further. Yeah, that's half. Okay. That did the trick. Oop. Okay. There's that. No crazy gaps now. And still plenty of coverage for the sticky outs. So, now I can build this out. I'm gonna have to cancel the back piece again. Come on now. I can't tell if this is... Okay, it is. And then, let's see, I might have to cancel place. Yeah, because the stairs get in the way. Slightly not ideal, but... I don't think I hate that too much. Alright, so now we can use a big crate. We're gonna have to use 2 of them. And same thing, we're gonna be cancel placing 2 of them, probably. I don't think we'll need to cancel place both. So I have one set up there. And the under snapping is just as functional as all of the other snapping, which is to say not. Oh, okay, so we will have to cancel place both. Again, about ready to get the stairs out of the way, but it's fine. Okay, there's that. And I kind of wonder... I don't think it'll be a problem with occlusion through the, like, staircase inside. It doesn't look like that's quite enough. And I don't want to add a ton of item count. Let me just do 1 large and then we'll see. Oh. Why that's green and then putting it directly underneath is not is beyond me. Builder's blocks also just have very interesting collision rolls. I can't get it to align properly with the front of this box. Paul and Rika, have you ever done, and Paul, I don't remember if we've talked about this, but like scripted, planned videos that weren't just, you know, VODs? I've still been playing with the idea of doing one, or doing potentially multiple, with building tutorials. Nope, you haven't, Rika. Uh, and it's a daunting idea, and I know I'd be doing a billion takes, and I still barely know how to do any kind of video editing, but I don't know, it's something I'm interested in learning how to do. You've never done scripted, you did do some non-stream gameplay. Gotcha. You use a ping, and it'd probably be weird or funny, lol. Yeah, and I have a ping tuber. My computer's just too shit to run that and OBS and a game. Um, so I could do like a recorded ping tuber like section with, my audio for the script, but I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, you two never learned video editing. Yeah, I can do the basics, but also the program I'm using is free, and so it's kind of clunky, and I've just kind of dived in and tried to figure it out. It's not going super great. Also, Honey Daisy, hello. Let me give you a shout out. I mentioned it a little earlier, but Wednesday will be starting at around 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time instead of 2 p.m. Probably starting with the first 3 hours ish being Palia, and then transitioning over to Hello Kitty Island Adventure around 2 p.m. And at the end of the night, which I'll also be going a little late, we'll be hopping over to Honey Daisy's stream. I said I think you're playing League, honey, but remind me if that's correct, or correct me if it's not. But yeah, Honey is a very, very sweet friend of mine, and she's just started streaming as well. So definitely come on by so that we can raid her around 6 p.m. Mountain Standard, 9 p.m. Eastern. This is so annoying. Okay, stairs, you're getting cancel placed. I'm canceling the stairs. For Wednesday, it'll be Palia. Oh, that's perfect. Shit. Maybe I should, because we'll probably have drops for Palia. So I might do Hello Kitty first, then. And then switch over to Palia so that drops viewers can keep earning. And honey, if you have a day where like the grandparents take the kids or something, definitely let me know. And if it's one of the days that my wife has class or a work meeting or something, we could maybe stream together. If you'd be interested, I think that could be fun. You do stream League, but you've done Aram. I don't know what that is. ARAM. You're too scared to do ranked. You don't want to get yelled at by strangers on the internet. I understand. There are a lot of games where, like, I might be interested in trying them for myself, but I don't know about playing them on stream. Even Pokemon, like, I want to have. God. I want to have a capture card by the time the new Pokemon Legends game comes out. And I still am going to have a fucking command of just don't tell me what I'm doing wrong. Don't make fun of me for not knowing typings. Just let me have fun. You tried Valorant. You suck so bad, but you want to learn. Yeah, I'm not with any of those games, but I admire you for trying. And you haven't tried Pokemon. Yeah, I love Pokemon, and I do end up doing some of the like breeding and stuff that people do for like competitive. Um, but I do it according to my play style. So there will be a lot of like quote unquote perfect builds that you're supposed to do, and they prioritize like I don't know, defense or something, which in some cases I'll follow. But in others, it's like, okay, but this guy's also, strong and beefy, and I want to use that because I don't like to do like setup and stuff, and I'm not going to play competitive. And I don't want to be, sitting there grinding for 6 IV or 5 IV and have people telling me that I'm going for the wrong ones. I I'm getting frustrated with this. Let me try the small ones. Okay, so placing one down so that I have my collision object, and this wants to line up. So I didn't want to add to the item count like this because I don't remember. I don't think the walls snap to the bottom. No, they don't. So I'm just going to do the small ones. Oh well. Exactly. When playing League, sometimes others will start pinging your abilities. You don't want to use that ability? Yeah. Yeah, the closest I've seen to that in games like this, like Palia, is that situation I was telling you about, where people were trying to tell us to leave the server because it's a common thing to do to let people have full server parties. And if you're new, just check a wiki and it'll tell you that. And it's like, that's not how this game works. I'm sorry. That's crazy. Yeah. The situation you were telling me about was like beyond the pale. Cause like with the one we experienced, it was, just chat. Like, hey, if you're still here, please leave. But yeah, yeah. Yesterday's incident, I almost wish I had been there so that I could have popped off about it. Cause like stalking people through the game to see what they were doing and to yell at them for not following the rules is weird. Like, that's not normal behavior. Enrica, don't let this scare you off of Palia. These are like very isolated incidents. Um, but God, I saw something on Blue Sky yesterday where someone was talking about how like there are no good spaces on the internet because, or no good games or whatever, because everyone ends up making it worse. I think it was there's no good multiplayer game because people suck. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I think that's a very pessimistic outlook. But anywhere that there's a group of people, there will be bad apples. No, you better not go off on people. Yeah, no, seriously, your personality is showing. Yeah, it was wild. I as much like crap as I talk about Singularity 6 and how they, in my opinion, mismanage the game quite a bit and, whatever. I'm still not gonna like try to force my opinion on them outside of, a critique. Like I'm not gonna be stalking the different mods and stuff and being like, hey, you need to fix this. So for players who I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's people have interesting ideas about how to play an MMO that does not allow private servers. You've never been in a server hunt, so having that experience yesterday makes you never want to try again. Yeah, absolutely. So the reason why I deleted the one that I'd had there was because the next ones I was placing were snapping to that. And unfortunately, the spacing doesn't end up even. So I was going to end up with a little tiny overlap here. But I might have to just do that anyways. Because once again, things aren't wanting to connect in the way I want them to. And it's actually bug time. So I'm going to hop off and do that for now. And come back refreshed. And hopefully not talking about people sucking so much that building frustration on top of that is slightly infuriating. And it's not bad conversation. This is not a chastisement of chat or anything like that at all. It was just good timing for, oh, this building glitch isn't working and people suck. And honey, if you're online right now and you want to party up, I'm going to be hunting glow bugs some more. I wasn't planning on doing a lure, but we always could. Did you see the new creatures for Elderwoods? No, I did not. Where was that in the community news? House duties, no worries at all. Don't care about the hoppers. Do care about the moths. You said on the Discord you'll send it to me. Cool, thank you. I know. So there had been one data miner, and I think there had been multiple because Paleopedia has a lot of like very specific information that I think could have only been data mined because they don't show any like data collection method. But there had been a data miner that was posting like game files of, here are pictures, here are, maps that they toured and stuff. And they had posted about some of the creatures. Okay, the one I was running for disappeared. I got really confused there for a second. I should also be catching mobs. Like the regular kill 'em at night mobs. But yeah, one of the creatures looked really interesting. The like beach walker or whatever. Maybe that's it because it definitely looked different. It could also be a development image, but yeah. Let me know when you send it to me because I don't keep Discord open on my computer when I stream, and I'll look at it. But yeah, I'm hoping we still get Elderwoods in quarter 2. I'm not counting on it by any means. But quarter 2 does run until the end of June, so gives them a bit more time. And as much as I've loved the extra plushie hunting and things, it's not content in the same way. Hey, it's a glow bug. And Unfortunately, that glow bug was not starred. That's okay. And I see that Palia flashing in the distance. We'll see if I can make it there in time. I think I said Palia. Palium. There's also some building that even if we get to the point where we could today, I'm not going to touch. Like anything involving paver stones. Because they still haven't fixed those. So they're all the same shape and size no matter what you do. And I don't want to deal with that. Let alone potentially having to replace them if they were still like coded to be different sizes and just didn't appear that way. So I won't be touching pavers. And I'm curious to see if they undo Duckgate and give us the ability to craft the rubber ducks. But we'll see. And Duckgate isn't super relevant to how building will go either way. I'll just be salty about it. You just sent it? Okay. Let me look. Yeah, this is the data mining site I was talking about. Yep, that's exactly it. So with that, they're not necessarily confirmed. There were a lot of locations, one of which was expected to be for a summer event, because it was like an isolated island map with like quests and stuff, I think, that never ended up being released. So just keep that in mind, but there's a lot of potential in those leaks. That could be really, really cool. And let me actually open it up. Oh, shit. Vince, if you're still here, that site's updating again. I just realized that. It had gotten stuck at 0.182 for months. The 0.189 update is introduced with a welcome or greetings from Elderwood postcard picture with the caption, "Rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated." So yeah, let me... Thank you for grabbing this link, honey. I'm going to post it in chat. And then, of course, be aware if you're clicking that link that there's a potential for spoilers and whatnot. And we also, like I said, don't know how much of it is confirmed or will actually end up in the game, because I assume none of it's confirmed. So click at your own risk. But I'll definitely have to go through that tonight or tomorrow, and I'll be able to speak more on it on Wednesday when we stream. Hello, bug. Yeah, thank you again for that, honey, because I'd stopped checking at all. And I think, Vince, you had too. I think I gave up around, like, 0.187. I'm just, okay, this guy's dead. There were rumors of, like, people getting DMCA'd for doing data leaks and stuff. or data mining leaks. So I was just like, okay, this guy got scared off by, you know, a DMCA letter, and we'll never get data mining again because no one else seemed to be doing it. But that's good. And that means that Paleopedia is probably still data mining as well. I'd noticed they had very specific percentages for fish plush drops, but like I said, they didn't describe how they got that information, so I didn't know how much of it was assumption or, you know, individual data collection or whatever. But that's exciting. There we go. Oh. You don't know, you hope it's true, and then you don't. Because those mushroom-looking things look terrifying. Oh god, I didn't scroll far enough to see them. I do like some scary shrooms, though. I've had some interesting shroom trips. There was one, I think it was like the second one my wife and I ever had, where the first one had gone fine. This one, we went out, got Wendy's, came back home, dropped, and I like was so excited about the food, because I get the munchies real bad, that I was like slightly literally inhaling my burger. So I choked a little bit on like a crumb from the bun, and you know, I was managing it. I was getting it out of my airway. I wasn't dying. But she started trying to take the burger away from me. And we were both like slightly high at this point. And she starts trying to take my burger away, and I'm like, give me back my fucking food. And she just kept saying, I feel like something really bad's gonna happen. No, stop eating. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. And eventually I talked her into giving me my food back, but that almost ruined the whole trip for me because I was so mad that she tried to take my food. I think that was the same trip that she experienced ego death and realized that she was trans. And there's sharks. Ooh. Aw. Someone keeps chasing off my bugs. Is Seraphina on this server? No, she's not on this server. She is in Bahari. When I was doing pre-stream before and getting set up to do, you know, a partial bug hunt, I ended up on Seraphina's server again and was just like, let me switch servers real quick. We're not doing this. Because she always ends up being out bug hunting at the same time, and it's frustrating meeting her halfway to a bug and it just happens to die before I can get a shot in. And it's nothing against her personally, it's just I've noticed it's her quite a few times in a row. Like, what is this? Is that about the sharks? I'm about to switch over to a Firefox screen and like pull this stuff up. I might after this night cycle so that we can just scroll through it. It's interesting to me that they put so many like upcoming game files in each release instead of just putting the relevant data in there. And full, disclaimer, my experience with development processes are from web design, and I generally didn't do much of the actual markup and development stuff. I did most of the design side, but I worked closely with our web developer, and he would only push updates that he had already tested in an offline site and that were directly relevant to what we were trying to update. It wasn't like, oh, and I'm gonna, make sure there are some graphics uploaded in the server that we're not using yet. It was, this is purely, we are putting these new graphics on. So, a lot of things they do are strange to me. I don't know how much of it translates directly. I know Vince is learning Unreal Engine so that he can fix things. Glow bag. I'm about to start using the 100% catch bombs for those guys just to make it faster. I do when I can for rainbow tips now, just so that I don't have to stress it. Oh, sticker pack. Oh, 2 of them. Back to back, that's what it was. Cats meow and fired up. Both are dupes. Oh. My jar ended. And for 2 in-game hours, I don't think it's worth it. So let me hop back home, empty my inventory. And I'm actually going to repair and stuff because I didn't last day cycle either. And then I'll switch over to my Firefox screen. I haven't actually run it on stream yet, and I don't know how it's going to run with Palia in the background. So it might require a little tweaking. Just fair warning. So quick inventory dump, saving y'all for more buzzy jars, saving y'all for the bathroom. And for those of y'all who weren't here last stream, I'm saving all starred flying bugs right now because as we get to building a bathroom, I want to do a terrarium partition using flying bugs because they have a different shape terrarium. And I want it to just be primarily blue bugs and primarily higher rarity blue bugs. But I don't know how big the partition is going to end up needing to be. So I'm keeping all of the starred flying bugs I get right now. Let's see what I need. Okay, I only need 7 batches of those. Okay. So, a couple of people just came in. For those of you who are here, I'm going to be switching over to a different screen. Give me just a sec. I'm switching you to BRB for now. Not actually taking a break. But what I'm about to pull up is a datamine leak website. The link is above in chat, courtesy of Honey. And I'm also sorry if frames are dropping or I'm lagging or anything right now. But, this is likely to contain spoilers. Who knows how much of it will actually be released, how much of it is, just testing, that sort of thing. So, fair warning. Doesn't seem to be lagging or anything yet. Good. But yeah, so if you don't want to be spoiled, if you don't want to see Palia data leaks, navigate away. Close your ears, close your eyes, leave the stream, whatever you need to do to protect yourself. Please do so. I'm going to be switching over to the screen now. So that's your warning. Let's see. Cool. Looks like I still had it set up right. What if you don't want to see leaks, but you do want to be spoiled? I guess close your eyes, Vince. Or minimize the Twitch tab, because then you can just listen, but you won't see them. So, like I said, the link for this is further up in chat. And we had thought this was dead, but as you can see, it's not. What do you mean, no sugar daddy? Let's scroll through this. I'm not going to read everything verbatim. I'm just going to kind of summarize. Oh, no sugar daddy to spoil you. No. But it looks like the map for Elderwood is mostly presentable. There's still some placeholder assets and gray box blockouts, but it's about 90% complete. And this is all textureless right now, but very big trees. Looks like potentially some platforming sections here. I do wonder if the trees will be climbable. Kind of looks like it. I wonder too if we're going to get some different climbing mechanic here with a lasso or something like that. Because those look like they're very intentionally placed to be used. Grappling hook, that's what I was thinking of. Because that would be fun, having a lot more vertical territory. Yeah, because we're going to have to be able to get up here. And then some nice gazebos. This looks like it's up in the air, potentially. Or maybe out over the ocean on piers. It's kind of hard to tell perspective-wise, but that's cool. Okay, there's still more stables, so we'll still be able to teleport around. This area looks like it's a little bit more run down. And underneath, another kind of bridge. Oh, there's a crafting area. That's interesting because those are all workbenches with netting that we can climb up, it looks like. I wonder if we'll actually be able to use these or if they're just going to be decoration. And then will we have to have the materials or will it pull from our storage back home? And then this looks like possibly something like the, what is it, Temple of the Stars? Temple of the Moon, whatever it is, where we put our collections. Nice big flowers. That looks like just a normal path. At first I thought it was like a minecart rail. That might be one of the entrances into the zone. He took a lot of pictures, or they. Here are some of the placeholder assets. That could also explain why the little knobs on the trees were just cubes. They could end up being more traditional branches that we latch onto. Sill's family, exactly. Be great if we got a cube and pyramid and sphere plushies next. Oh, the tops of the lampposts might be placeholders as well. But honestly, I wouldn't mind a lamppost that's simple like this because the base is more ornate. Nice flowery little cave, looks like. That might be an entrance into a giant tree. Hard to tell. And then a bunch of tall vegetation. It looks like a corn maze. More platforming areas. So yeah, these little notches will probably look more like branches and things. And I wonder if these are target areas for grappling or whatever it ends up being. Oh, and this is the thing we saw in the trailer, which I guess I can open. But they showed a little bouncy pad that was what looked like a water spray. It looks like these guys are here in the Elder Woods, which is interesting that they showed it in the trailer because it's either an intentional teaser and they're giving us something for a plot like this early, or just teasing us for the Elder Woods, or they didn't mean to show it at all like usual. So we'll see how that goes. But these are the little bouncy spray pads, which means that might be how we platform instead of grappling. Interesting. It's a little snail. Yep, exactly. And then some nice big canopy mushrooms. These kind of look like inky caps. All right. Size of Elderwood compared to the default housing plot. So that's this space here with the surrounding, landscaping. And this is the Elderwood. So it's going to be a big area. I'm not sure what this separate cutout is. Probably just a different zone, like one of the temples. Which is interesting that it cuts so hard there, but that's a good size area. I would love to see it compared to like Kilima or Bahari. I feel like that's a little bit easier for me to conceptualize, but it's definitely not bad. The zone has now undergone 2 different reworks. The current vision is about 60% the size, so they shrunk it. Which the original idea is here. It now includes enough trees to be called the Elderwoods. And this was back in 0.178, so quite a while ago. Oh, there's a video from the last version. It's kind of janky. So it's now smaller than that, which is unsurprising, but also kind of disappointing. So their own item limit made the woods too sparse at the original scale. You bet? Yeah, probably. Um, or they just didn't give themselves enough time to develop the full scale. And so they're like, well, if we trim off 40% of it, it'll be fine. Nobody will notice, not knowing that, people have been data mining. Some areas are missing. So this is probably where we enter and then transition through caves, which is interesting. I'm not sure if that means there will be actual loading screens or if we'll just move through sort of like the pathway from South Bahari up through the mines into north. And then zone 2, something here. I'm guessing this is the ocean we saw before. Yeah, with that kind of fishing village type idea there. And then into zone 3. So that's interesting. Hopefully it's not loading zones. It shouldn't be, but that would be really annoying if it was. New fauna. So this is where the spoilers really start. Lots of new flying bugs, which means I'm going to lose my mind, especially because most of them fit with the current color schemes I'm going for. You're closing your eyes, they're scary. New beetles too. I hope they give us a lot of plushies at the start for this. Like, it doesn't have to be everything, but yeah, the sharks, which do look like they're fish to catch, not enemies. Frog fish, or different frog development cycles, which is interesting. Hard to know if that would be considered a bug or a fish. It looks like they tell us. Let's see. Pixies. So these guys. Probably, I assume. Fungophers. So these are huntables. So, honey, you're gonna have to kill these. / you're going to get to kill these. And yeah, the jellies, I didn't acknowledge that, but the jellies I'm very excited for. There's supposed to be more. You think it says 23 new fishes, including sharks. 17 new critters, meaning bugs, I guess. It's interesting because I don't see the frogs, unless they're the float fish. If crabs are bugs, frogs are bugs. That's a good argument. I would go for that. I also definitely want plushies of the frogs and the mushroom gophers. What are they? Fungophers? You're running away. Boots in sport mode. That makes sense. I don't blame you, but I also think they're cute. And I like this doofy ass looking fish. The beta's eyes are a little too big. That's a little scary. You don't like them standing upright? I don't know. I feel like their walk cycle is going to be doofy. I'm excited for it. Are they going to waddle run? I hope so. And I don't know how they would make huntable creatures aggressive, because we don't have hit points or anything, but I kind of hope they're aggressive. Those stubby legs are interesting. Yeah, they're also cloven. So they call them fungophers, but these are like this thing's an even-toed ungulate. So I don't. They're not really gophers at all. You hope they're small. You can't. They got to be pretty short then too, or I'm gonna feel like I'm killing a sentient race. Nah, make them tall. Everything's bigger in the Elder Woods. Temple of the Cosmos in 0.189 or 0.189. The temple was updated with a long corridor leading to another set of closed doors. This is what lies beyond. Interesting. So, another slider puzzle. Some more flow tech, looks like. And then an intermission. Oh, there's a map of all the possible spawn locations of the rainbow-tipped butterfly. You wonder if they'll be magical too, like the disco deer. I assume that... Let me come back up. Probably this one will be magical. This looks like default mid-level magic. So probably. And then, if assuming this is the default one, this will take fewer hits. And then one more hit if you're using Fine or Dispel. And then like 12 hits. And we'll have to see too, because I know in previous Elderwoods leaks that this person posted, there were new ore types. So we'll most likely get a new level of tool, which then would decrease the amount that fine arrows do. And we're probably going to have to start using more pallium for tools and stuff in terms of like ammo. Uh, Aluminium, yes. Thank you, Vince. I second guessed myself because it sounds like how Paul would say aluminum, just with an I instead of an A. But yeah, it's basically all of Southern Bahari spawns rainbow tips. So there's confirmation that they do spawn up by the mines all through the airport, which I still need to go through and actually mark out what we call areas of the map and post that to Blue Sky, because some of the shit we say is ridiculous. Good to know that down here by the ruins, it's not included. And we already knew the beaches were not. But ruins don't get them. This little side area by Halcyon's butthole, get them. And then basically all the way up to the gate. Not Hodari's house. And then everything else. That's why you remember Vince. And no, Paul, I don't mean the correct way. I mean the incorrect way. Be warned, though, that those spawners can instead spawn one of the following. Common blue butterfly, Kilima night moth, lunar fairy moth, and Bahari glowbug. And that will happen most of the time. These three will only spawn at night, which is not when the rainbow-tipped butterfly spawns. But it's good to know that you can use this map for glowbugs as well. Okay. That's the last time this is updated before just coming back now. But there's another hunting creature that I'm assuming they didn't put in the 0.189 update because it's already been revealed here. But this is a beach walker called Ogopu. They drop scales, I guess, and spit goo that slows the players down. So this is also potentially going to be in the Elderwoods. So yeah. I'm going to get back to the game now. These guys are cute. I want plushies of these guys. They're big doofy axolotls. But yeah, thank you, honey, for sending us that and letting me know that this actually updated. That's exciting. You prefer Goose Spitter to Mushroom Man? You would. You would. All right. Back to Palia. I forgot where we were at and what we were doing. Okay, I think I need to run in and check the attic real quick before I grab materials. And keep working on the roof just to make sure I didn't occlude anything that I didn't want to. I love how this version of the attic doesn't have the awkward, like, staircase going across. Okay, nothing sticking through here. Shelving unit still looks fine. I'm good with that crossbar. Yeah, we're good. Also, I'm fine with the crossbar here. I'm curious what piece that actually supports, because that might go away when we finish up the new design. And speaking of which, everything will probably be back, so there will be a lot of excess stuff. Yeah, like that. It looks weird. But that's fine. It just means that I didn't break anything when I moved this piece out of the way earlier. So let me grab my materials. And I didn't specify it, but if you were averting your eyes, we are now back to gameplay. No more spoilers for now. That was a fun little diversion, though. I'm gonna remove this because I won't be needing any more, I don't think. And I'm trying to... Alright, I'll just do that. Once again, we're cancel placing all of the stuff out of the way that we don't need right now. So that we can redo this glitch, or rather this part of the build. Oh, okay. Let me tell Saribot that they're good. Yeah, honey, if you at any point want to talk about bots and things for your channel, let me know. Saribot was one that Paul told me about, and it actually works really, really well. Uh-oh. And it, I don't know if you've had it happen yet, but a lot of times I'll get random bots come in and try to advertise followers and stuff to me. Saribot has a database that automatically, like, takes care of that for you so that you don't have to deal with it. that over there. And I could pick all of this up now, but I feel more secure leaving it intact until I'm sure that I don't want it anymore. Okay, I think that's most of the crap. Yeah, that's all the excess it looks like. So now we can get back to it. I was agonizing before over things not wanting to snap to the right places, but I just had an idea of how I might be able to fix that. Hopefully doing it this way, oops, I won't have as much of an overlap on either side, but we'll see. Yeah, there'll still be some, but at least it'll match. Okay. Yeah, that looks decent. All right, I need to decide if I care about that little crevice. I kind of don't think I do. And that one's nice and filled in, albeit awkwardly. I do, however, want to fill in this section. I'm gonna try a large builder's block and see how it ends up looking on the inside. Because it's low enough down that I worry that I would occlude the stairs. But maybe we'll, oops. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay. Trying to figure out how to get back over here. And hopefully not walk off the world this time. And walked off the world. Okay, I need to figure out how to get that to snap. Actually, I'm just going to save myself some pain and, oops, get rid of the stairs. That should help. Unless, you know, it tries to snap to the floor. And it's not as ideal. That's almost what I want. Let me try. This is going to take... Oh. I thought that was going to take all of it away. Okay. And I'm not even worrying right now about whether the angle's correct on this placement. I just want it placed. Oh, I had it for a sec. There we go. No, not quite. There we go. Cool, and the lines match up there. So, I'm going to run down and check the attic. And then, if it works, we'll pick up all the extra stuff and actually be able to move to decorating. And it does not work. That's a pretty definitive does not work. So, we'll be using small boxes. But that was just the furthest corner, so I'm not even worried about the small boxes occluding weird. That's disappointing, but not really surprising. So, we already popped that guy out. Yay, good bot. Yes, indeed. And we don't need to fill in the full space that the box would have. Oops. I need to make myself a support for that. But yeah, we don't need to fill in like the middle section because we're not going to be going inside of this at all. And that'll save us a couple of items. Not much, but every little bit counts when I'm already at 1846 and nothing's been decorated yet. I'm trying to think if I can build myself a support. Let me see. I can get the something is in the way message. All right. I'm going to build myself a bridge. Hold on. Okay. And then ramps. Their ramps are annoying to use. I'm not gonna fight with it. Oh no. Okay. Should probably make it one lower. Sure. Cool. Now I have a little bit more room to work than the edge of a roof. All right. Oops. You know what? Get the fuck out of here. This section is fun. I'm gonna get rid of this floor too for now. Trying to keep the stuff I want to keep in one corner so that I don't get it confused with the stuff I need to pick up. Let's see. I don't need to fill in this spot, but I'm willing to if it lets me snap things where they need to go. That kind of looks like the halfway point. Let me see what that looks like. It's not at all what I need. I wonder what it's even snapping to. That's weird. There were some things before that used to be this frustrating to try to glitch, but I feel like it's every time I try to glitch with builder's blocks now. It's just a mess and a half. I mean, at this point, I don't want to, but I'm tempted to use walls instead. Yeah, considering the wall wants to go right there. And I'll go and start bug hunting again in a moment, but... Oh, am I gonna have to face it this way for it to go the right direction? And it's not gonna align quite right. facing too far the other way. Is that the way I want it? Yeah. Come on. We'll see how this looks and if it includes anything. That looks better than I expected. You can see that it's off, but it's not too bad. Okay, I'm going to pick this stuff up that we know at this point that we don't want. The things I had to do to get these to work. Okay. That should be all of it. And then let me dump my inventory. We'll go out bug catching. And if you're a Palia player in chat and you want to party up or do a lure, let me know. But no pressure either way. And then highway. And then buzzy jar. And we're good to go. And we're early enough that I will be catching regular mobs to try to clear out the spawns. It's hard for me to believe when they say that there aren't like spawn time gradients, that's the case. Because we've seen improvement. Wow, that guy was teleporting around. With catching mobs to reset the aerial spawns, but I don't know if that's just coincidence because it's not a huge improvement. Is that in the airport? Yes. So it might just be an issue too of, 100 bugs spawn at once at the start of the time period. But then you're only clearing so many at a time, so it feels like it's less effective. I feel like the person who just ran up to the airport is also running a jar. Hopefully we don't end up competing too badly. Bug. Oh, and Vince, you weren't here yet, but I should have office hours tomorrow. And then I'll be doing a long stream Wednesday. Hit. Hopefully not already on the run, it's moving. But cool. Oh, it was just a centipede. Yeah, so Wednesday I was going to start with Palia, since I can't stream on update day, but I think I'm going to start with Hello Kitty Island Adventure around 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and then around 2, maybe 2:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'll be switching over to Palia, so that around 6 p.m. Is this also just a centipede? Yeah. I can raid out to Honey, who will be streaming Palia. So it'll be a long one. Sometime in the middle of that, I'll be taking a break to get some food, get some water, all of that. But I'm excited. I've been missing streaming since I've had to take several days off recently. Yeah, I did end up following her too. Thank you very much for that. She's very, very fucking sweet. And I haven't actually gotten to watch her streams yet. I didn't know she had even started until she told me yesterday. But I'm excited to see how it goes. And Honey, if you're still hanging out, I don't remember if you have a blue sky. I think that's how we met, but I don't think I've seen you on my feed for a while, so I can't remember. But if you do, feel free to post a link in chat. Oh, bug hit. I hate the donut hole sometimes because it's so hard to get into. I didn't want to finish that sentence, but I'm not sure if it's the latency or if Vince just didn't catch that, but I'm relieved. Oh, Jesus. Total whip on that one. You didn't catch whatever it was that you didn't catch. Good. I'd realized what I was saying and kind of trailed off. Uh-oh. It's moving. Okay. I think it just rubber banded. There we go. Not starred, but still a glow bug. Confirmation that they're still spawning. I did have a hit vaguely this direction, but I didn't see exactly where it was. It might be gone now. Tiny pallium. Tiny moth. I do kind of hope those mushroom critters are gigantic. I hope they don't, like, dig in the same way that chappas do. That one also just disappeared. It would be kind of fun if they, like, pretended to be regular mushrooms. Like, if the mushroom scenery in the Elderwoods looks just like them, and then as you come up, they pop out at you. Which, I feel like that would make it even worse for honey, but would be kind of fun. Look at that. I thought there was another moth. Oh, something I just processed, Vince, with the map in that data mining leak. That confirms that there are different spawn locations for aerial bugs. Because the spawn locations that they outlined were only for the 2 types of moths and glow bugs at night. And then the 2 types of butterflies during the day. So you were right. I am surprisingly hungry right now. I guess it kind of makes sense because I had no appetite this morning, but I think I finally took enough pain meds for that to sort itself out. But I might have to take like a 5-minute break just to scarf down a double glow bug. A protein bar real quick. Don't scarf down a double glow bug. Don't tell me what to do, Vince. Maybe I want the bug gushers. That one's a hopper. Gag. I'm sure they're acrid, too. Like, I don't imagine bioluminescence tastes good. Oh, that was a medium pallium. I'll come back for that one. Your tongue would glow, though. That'd be neat. I don't know if it would, because I think there's some sort of chemical interaction that has to happen. That could be one. But I don't think it's just, like, the fluid itself glows. I think it's, like, some sort of, you know, mixing process. How do I... Oh, that's just down there. That's not one of the spots I can spawn. I'm ignoring that. Moth. Well, yeah, if you want to be science, you're talking in Vince reality. Fair enough, fair enough. Every time that Nightbot message goes through, which I really don't know that I need to be an auto alert anymore, because that's kind of died down a bit. But every time that goes through, I'm like, who is sending paragraphs in chat? Like, is this something I need to be worried about? Oh, there's a silver choppa there too. But I want the glow bug first. Fun little lag spike. There we go. Alright. I thought he blamed you for promoting your reality. Yeah. Yeah, it was, anything with the word "my" in it gets a Nightbot flag. And my Buzzy Jar is about to end here. So I think we'll do the same thing as we did last day cycle and just head back once it does. Oh. As something spawns over here. It doesn't look like a good one. Oh, and another hopper. But there is a lunar moth. I'll take it. Little sad that we've only gotten one starred glow bug so far tonight, but that's okay. Alright. Tap alert. I hope you couldn't hear my back cracking there. Dump all the crap. And then we'll get back to building. And I'm gonna grab all the wood blocks, but I don't think, hopefully, we're gonna need many of them anymore. Okay, you're off to bed. See you soon. Have a good night, Paul. Rest well. Thanks for coming by. Okay, let me hop over to my little bridge. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but it's fine. I think I'm good with that. It's not perfect. There are things about it that I wish were different, but I'm not mad about it. So I'll grab that. And pick up all the pieces here. All right. So, roof is fixed up. And now, do I want to work on the garden first? No, I want to work on the courtyard here. Okay. So, I'm still going to need wooden builder's blocks. A pretty significant amount of them. Because what I want to do, let me go grab the chessboard. And I want to grab the plushies I need. Oh god, I forgot that they're not stackable. That's 8. Put that there. Trying to organize this in a way that makes sense and my brain's not working. Okay, that's 12. And I can just spam these out. Okay. So the way I want it to work, ideally, is basically that I have this centered. And right now it's not going to be perfect. And then this on top like this. So I'll need to get it perfectly centered. And then set it up so that I can basically cancel select with one item so that I can move this around if need be, especially to put up my glow bug topper. So let's get this actually sorted out here. I'm gonna move these out of the way, I think. Although, that kind of screws me up for finding the center, but it's not necessarily exactly the same, so that should be fine. Looks like I actually got this really well centered, which is nice. And then I wanted to check too. I think I would still like to have a little lip there. I think that's okay for the main height. So this needs to be centered there and centered there. And then trying to think, do I want to put a gourmet plate on there? Oh wait, that's not centered correctly. There we go. Or something similar. I should, because these things don't have a center point. Nico, good morning. Welcome in. How are you doing? How did you sleep? I'm staying live for another hour, give or take. Oh, these do have a center point. Perfect. That'll just make it easier for me to find. Okay, and then the other issue I was having is getting collision to work. And I don't think I have an extra game board. So, what I can try to do is grab something that's going to cause collision, but not get in my way. You slept decent. You'll lurk for a short bit, but then going back to sleep. I appreciate you coming by and lurking. Definitely don't be afraid to dip out once you feel tired enough. My day is going really well, though. Thank you. Started off a little rough, but figured out some of the stressors, was productive, and I'm happy to be streaming. Okay, let me see. Let me focus there. Okay, that seems to be the plate. So then I need to put a floor down. Actually, I should use a crate since we just figured out it has a center point. And it's gonna jump all over the fucking place. Productive is good? Yeah, productive is... It's much more than I was expecting. Are you excited to start your training tomorrow? Or today, I guess? I did not switch. Rose. And there's more I need to do underneath the game board here, but I'm getting this set up because I can always cancel place it out of the way. Okay. Those rivets are not quite even. So perfectly centered isn't going to work quite the way we want it to. So this needs to come back towards the front a little bit. Oh, and the plate shows through. That's good to know. So we won't be using the plate. But that's okay. So back a little bit and then to the right, it looks like. So I'm gonna see if I can just do that by hand or by eye. So that's centered. If I bring it back like that, it's no longer colliding. Let's try this. This is probably going to be too extreme. But yeah, that's a little much. It's not... the horizontal spacing looks like it's actually probably fine. But I guess not vertical, but the Z spacing is wrong. Yeah, you're pretty excited. It's been a while since you worked with real people. Hopefully they're all nice. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully it goes well. And like I said, you'll have to send me some pictures because I'm excited to see what kind of stuff you'll be working with. So I'm going to move this back one. So centered. That looks about the same, but I just want to confirm. Yep, okay. So I need to do back like half of one. Oop. Oh, okay. There we go. That's now too far to one side, but almost perfect on that axis. Let me see if I can handle it a little bit better up close. Okay, let's see if this... Oh, weird. This rug, or this board usually counts just as a rug. It doesn't have its own collision. They changed this. This didn't used to have its... No, I think it did have its own collision for the player, but then you can't place things on it. That's what it was. Okay. So still too far and in both directions. Oops. Oh. My grid was off and I was like, why isn't it working? That looks decent. It drives me a little nuts that they're slightly off from each other, placement-wise, the rivets. This is unfortunately just a lot of trial and error since the plate shows through. Watching my stream drives you crazy because you're terrible at naming songs that you know in lo-fi. Yeah, I actually thought about playing something with vocals today, and then I was like, I've never done it before. I don't know if that'd distract me from building or whatever. But if there's one you want the title for, let me know. Still needs to go further back. Horizontal spacing's pretty good. You can't tell if it's the current one or the last one. This one is By My Side. And the last one, let me see if I can pull up the recents. I don't know how to find it on desktop. Recently played, there we go. The last one was The Anthem. Okay, that's too far back. But that's good. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Let me see. Rivet there, rivet there. Because I'll probably end up covering up these rivets anyways. It doesn't stick through there too much. Not at all there. Yeah, I'm good with this placement. The Anthem. Yeah. Yeah, the playlist I considered was Spicy Book Talk Vibes by Jess. I had wanted a playlist with Dangerous Hands by, I think it's Antonio Giorgio. Let me find it. Austin Giorgio. I had wanted a playlist with that song on it for work, and that playlist came up, and I was like, you know what? I'm working as slowly in this area as I can so that I don't have to work in a different area. Fuck it. It's fine. So I was listening to very horny music like all day. I just realized something that I had planned to do differently and forgot about. So all that work I just did, I'm redoing because I want this to line up with builder's crates. Oh, they're not even the same size. That's annoying. That's awful. Let me see. I don't think it's going to be any different for like copper ones. But just in case, let me see if it is. Don't have basically any made, but that's fine. No, it's not the same. So then the question is, do I allow gaps? Because a floor won't be a 2x2 section either. That's upsetting. Well, I guess I'm not doing that then, and I'm just gonna have to Z place or gridless place everything. Okay, that means we get to keep the work we just did. So, now what I want to do is make sure that all of the crates that I put down connect directly to this one in one way or another. Hopefully it won't cause any stack height issues. Well, if I'm going to be Z placing everything, or collisionless placing, not collisionless, gridless placing everything, then I'm just going to use floors. I just want to make sure the floors aren't higher than the edges of the crate, because I don't want them to stick through. And go a little higher. A little lower. That's good enough. I think one of the issues I had before was getting it to line up appropriately here. But it looks like I have it low enough now that it's not going to be a problem. Because it's not showing through. So we should be good. I do remember this being part of the issue of getting things to center without being weird, but I think it's another one where I don't really care since I'm not going to be able to place anything the way I want to anyways. How did I get that to snap before? The snapping in this game is so broken. Okay, that's pretty good. The direction of these boards doesn't really matter. I think I've just given up on my standards so many times elsewhere that I want it to be better. think, so like I mentioned before, you can't have the collision object placed directly between you and the new placement location. I think that might be what caused that one to jump back. Okay. And then this one's a little harder to tell. Looks pretty good. Oops. I think it's trying to connect to the boards underneath that are supporting the glow bug roof. Which I do want to try to take off of those boards if I can. Just to save some more item limit. But the issue I was having is like each of these first layer of flat glow bugs is on a separate anchor because I didn't want to try to figure out all of the angles I needed to make a box. And they're a pain in the ass to try to line up. And now they have, 900 more glow bugs on top of them. So I got really confused by this uneven overlap for a second. Okay. Stop trying to snap underneath me. They really, really fucking broke snapping. Like, why does it make sense to snap it back there behind me? Okay. There's that. I can get rid of this. Get rid of this for now. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. I wonder if I'm gonna need to... Yeah, I will if I'm gonna hide the rivets. I would have needed to do it anyway, so it's fine. Forgot what number I had floors on. Okay. I don't know why it decided to snap to that one instead, but it's fine. Okay, let me make sure real quick that it's all still picking up from this box. It is. And I'll keep going. This is a very boring part of building, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I won't need that for this placement. Here, will you let me put one here now? No? Okay. Here. Actually, I should be able to free place. What are you working on right now, Vince? Jesus Christ, please. There we go. Your kitty. You have really been liking playing with your kitty lately. I can't blame you. I was talking on Blue Sky about how the other night, I think it was Thursday night, I had a dream that crossed what the fuck is the mobile games? Royal Kingdom and Hello Kitty. So I was just doing like pastel pink match 3 games with Sanrio characters, and I was just like, oh, okay. You opened another area though? That's good. Why does that one want to... Instead of... Okay. It's fine. Nothing has to make sense. What area was it that you opened? I was debating whether I wanted to know or not. But I think I do. I really am about catching up on your level on Royal Kingdom. Yeah. Yeah, I think I just cleared like 913. Part of Merry Meadows. That's what I was hoping for. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, if that's just free place, then there we go. Oh, it's about 5 minutes out from our next bug hunt. So let me take a quick 5-minute break. I'll eat my protein bar, empty my inventory, and then meet you back in Bahari. I forgot to put up the BRB screen. That's fine. Anyways, I'm back. Vince, you said right as I left, you just keep getting friendship flowers / bouquets on login, so you're using one here and there. You think as long as you aren't at 3 of them, you get one a day. That sounds about right. Do you know if it stacks up? Like if you don't log in for 3 days, you still get like 3, or is it just 1 for the day you're logging in? If you had 0. Glow bug. Oh, and it started. Alright, off to a good start. You doubt it, but you don't know. Yeah. I feel like that's too much to hope for, but someone scared that away and apparently did not catch it. There's some party pickaxing. Oh, I thought I saw an Azure Choppa there for a second. Oh, something spawned behind me. Multiple somethings. Ah, this one's closer. Sorry, Moss. I'm on a mission. Oops. Saka, no growls. That one's gone. Saka, come here. Now. Hi. He's real grumpy today. That one's also started, I think. If that's the case, this is the last one we need. Yep. Alright. So I am going to run out this fuzzy jar and just get whatever other glow bugs I can and start some things. But, yeah, we did it. So we get to fully finish the dome once we get back. And the third one. I feel like the game's just mocking me at this point. Like, oh, wait, these are what you wanted? Got it. Oh. Fairy mantis. I'm just gonna use a insta-catch. Make it easy. The starred mobs that are just regular mobs should not be allowed to take 6 hits. They're just commons. And I know it's all RNG, but still. Ladybug. Is that a regular choppa? Yes, it is. Okay. There is something at the airport. Another fairy mantis. That thing homed up that hill. Moth. Nope. Another starred moth. I'm thinking the bathroom partition is going to be floor to ceiling in probably a medium room. Because I don't think I'll have room to add any small rooms. The way my current build is set up. So it's probably going to have to be pretty big. I'm hoping I don't have to include too many commons, but if I do, they're going to be common blue butterflies, most likely, not moths. But we'll see. That'll probably be not Wednesday's stream, but next Monday. If I do another building stream, that we start figuring out what a bathroom might look like. When we get back after this buzzy jar, I'll be getting close to wrapping up. But I'm probably going to get the lights on the front of the house. Oh, wait, no, we're still working on the courtyard. So we'll keep working on that. And then if we have time, I'll put some lights on the front of the house just to get that situated. And then I can remove that staircase in the front. We've got about half the jar left. We'll be running right about until 5, looks like. Or until the hour mark. I don't know. Oh, there's a hit. Looks like a hopper. I don't know if that person already scared it. Looks like it, yeah. I'm surprised they didn't want it. If they were catching regular crickets. There's a hit. Bug. And another hopper. Another starred moth in front of us. That's deciding to be difficult. And then one I just can't hit. I'm still so happy that the data mine person is back. That's super exciting. Oh, and it's a glow bug over there. Let's dive into the donut hole. I know there's nothing in here, but there might be stuff at the airport. And there are moths to clear out. Nothing else. That moth was just born from a tree. One of the bugs that I will need to hunt, and unfortunately I don't know of a good way to do so, besides flailing around every tree I see, is the azure cicada, because I think I only have like one of them that's starred, and I want them to be in the bathroom partition. So that's going to be one that's going to be kind of frustrating because they're, I think, only uncommon. So they won't show up on a Buzzy Jar. I think they can spawn all over Bahari on trees, and I don't think it's a certain type of tree. But I'll probably pull up Paleopedia to get a more in-depth look at that than what the wiki provides. Oh, hit. Because I think I've gotten quite a few of each dragonfly, barring Jewel Wing, which isn't as blue, so I don't know how badly I want it. Which is to say it's not blue at all. I have a whole bunch of lunar moths. I have a whole fucking shitload of common blue butterflies. I have a lot of these moths if I want them. I have a fair number of common bark cicadas. It's just the azure cicadas that I have like one or two of, I think. I don't always flare the smalls, but it's fine. Oh, did it spawn a ladybug? No. I might also next Monday, just do a fishing stream. Or if everything that comes from the update tomorrow is boring, I might do a fishing stream. I've just been wanting to fish and I haven't done my weeklies yet, so we'll see how it shakes out. I'll probably be doing a lot of fishing in Hello Kitty too on Wednesday. Because supposedly you can get dough from fishing. Although I don't know what my weeklies are this week, actually. I won't say that I don't need pizza yet. I might. Alright, last couple seconds of the jar. And there's a hit up on the mines. Let's see if we can find it. I know it was towards the back. Slash top. Oh. Oh no. So it's the grove, which means the rare bug could be anything. Which I think I saw. I thought I saw a dragonfly. I also know I saw a lunar moth, and it's just not here. Okay, it is a dragonfly. Just gonna hit it with that to make our lives easier. Okay. And I think that's only a daytime spawn, so that should have been the rare bug. Call out the grove. C6. And then I'll just grab these sun drops and go. Alright, let's get that courtyard going again. And we'll be able to see as we reload and walk over there whether the floors are sticking through the playmat at all. They shouldn't be, but I'm gonna keep those on me so that we can finish out our dome. Oops. Don't sell those. Starred bugs. Fuzzy jar bugs, which probably don't really need to save that many anymore, but I'll fish them out later. Okay. Okay, I'll run over, see if it's showing through the playmat. None of the floorboards are, so that's good. And I can show you now. I can place when previously I could not. So it'll turn into not valid placement where I haven't finished the floor yet. But everywhere else I'll be able to place things. So I'll finish that up once we do our bugs. So for this one, it's a single layer of bug. Make sure it's facing the right way. 2 ticks of rotation on the shelf. Bug, 2 ticks. And I think this one gets a little rough to see from down there. So put it up to where I can get on my climbing jig. And this is not the hat for this, but That proper? Nope. As I said, this is not the right hat for delicate glitch placement like this. I'll try one more time before I change outfits. Okay, cool. Oh, sounds good, Nico. Bye. Have a good day. Forgot time zones for a second. Have a good day. Have a good first day of work. Let me know how it goes, either over DM or Blue Sky. And thank you. I will have a good night. Thanks again for coming by. Okay, I'm going to set this up here while I get all of this cancel placed out of the way. And I think I might actually jump back down and rotate that corner towards myself so that it's a little easier to negotiate. Unfortunately, I don't remember. Okay. There. That should be good. Just gonna bring it back in a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so basically all of this. Oh shit, I need to be. Oh no, I don't have. I can just take this for collision and cancellation. Basically, all of this needs to be cancel placed away because it'll all cause collision, and you can't do collision placement with an already placed item as what you want to stay there. So gotta make room for our new guy to go in there. Our new stack, rather. Okay, and then I'm gonna chop off the top there just to be safe. Something is in the way, huh? Okay, it's just not on the plate. I think that's the right spacing. The one issue with it being up here is that I can't check all of the other aspects of it as well as when it's on the floor. But that looks right. So let's reload and see if it came together. Almost. Moose came up and started rubbing on the little scratcher I have next to me, and then was offended when I reached down to pet him. It is about time for their dinner, though, so it makes sense that he's trying to get my attention without wanting love. Hi, kitty cat. Hi, that was a good silent meow. Okay. It's centered. It seems to be aligned properly. It's done. So now I have to get low enough over here to be able to grab the plate that it's on. Not this little one at the bottom, but that one in the center. So hopefully putting it there means that I can get up underneath it. Because I'll need to cancel place that plate away so that I can move just the bottommost plate. Okay, there's that. That's not gonna work for the placement. Oops. It's okay, I can rotate it. That's fine. It needs to go 3 ticks in a different direction, so hopefully that'll just fix it. Let me put this over here. And then move the crate as well. And then this is what those bowls are for. And now, you can see it up there. I'm gonna take the bowls away. Again, not the hat for this, but that's okay. All right. So the copper floor that it's on is buried inside the structure a little bit to the point where you can't even really see it. Like I can't even select it. But there it is. And then so right on top, pretty close to centered as best as I could. Could technically go back just a little bit, which I might do. I would have to mark it out with the bowls though, because I'll have to re-cancel place the top. But yeah, it's done. Finally. Let me see if I can actually group select. Nope. That's okay. It didn't seem to pick up anything weird, so I don't have to mess with it. Fuck. I didn't put the the bowls back. Okay, quick reload. It's not going to fix it for me, but it'll put the crate back, which was also centered. So, recovery is still possible. I got too excited. Okay. Get this out of the way. And then I want to place the bowls ideally. Actually, I'm going to have to just... Oh no, the crate wasn't centered either. That's okay though, because we found that the actual center is pretty accurate. So Let's see how that shakes out. Doesn't need to be rotated this time. Okay, and then that center line is center. And so is that one. Let's see how that looks. Part of the issue is with each side of the base square being a separate piece. It's not necessarily even on all sides. So needs to go a touch to the left from facing front. But the centering here is better, I think. Now it needs to go front about a full click. And then just a touch to the left. Which I'm gonna have to, right. Forgot I would have to adjust. So that placement's fine. And then it needs to come down to there. Okay. I know I'm gonna end up continuing to work on this after I end stream, because between this and oops, cleaning up some of these things and putting lights up, I'm not ready to quit yet, but Lane's gonna be coming home eventually. Oh. Come a little closer. Okay. So that's that spot, and then just a hair to the left. Oh God. The guide for where it is through my hat is moving with my character's breathing animation. That's horrifying. Okay, we'll just try that. Watching my character breathe like that was nauseating. Okay. Still could come a little further left. Didn't look like I did much of anything. And need to split the difference with the right. I'm gonna change outfits so that I don't have to see that again. Cancel place. It is the one unfortunate thing with cancel placing to get something to fit where there's normally collision, is it's really hard to check your work sometimes. Let's try that. Okay, that's still not really changing much. So more to the left. But that looks good for up and down. Okay. I'm going to make that adjustment off stream, I think. And then, yeah. Let me see real quick who's, actively streaming right now. But that's going to be the end for me. Let's see if we want to raid out to anybody. I did see that Figment was streaming. Let me see if they still are. Yes. It's a bit of a vibe change. So we'll be switching over to Figment, who is a friend from Blue Sky, to watch them play Elden Ring. So let me get their stream open. Give me just a sec. And then catch me catch me Wednesday, starting at about 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'll be starting with Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and then about halfway through my day, somewhere around 2:30, taking a break and then switching over to Palia, after which we'll raid out to Honey Daisy. So yeah, come on by. It'll be a real cozy day. And thank you everyone who came out and chatted. Thank you to all the lurkers. Thank you to Honey Daisy for informing us that the data miner is active again and that there's more sneak peeks for Elderwoods. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed your time at the farm. Thank you, everyone.